Ready?
Ready.
So the first thing I do when I go into read you is I use these cards to connect me to you, tell me what you're thinking, past, present, and future. Okay. Sometimes you think you're giving off such a good vibe, happy-go-lucky, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes we bury things that we think we got over, and we really haven't. Right?
Hmm.
Sometimes we give homework. When I say we, it's me and the ancestors. And when we give the homework, should you choose to do it, you can always book to return to get the help, okay? To go through it. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to set up myself here. Um, Not everything you're going to recognize. Some things you may not recognize here, but then when we go deeper into these cards, you then um, it all comes to some kind of conclusion altogether. All
Okay.
right. All right. So let's go. I just need you to be open, willing, ready, relax, ready,
I'm ready.
and you're fine with any and everything that comes out. You're fine with.
Any and everything that comes up, I am willing and open.
Okay. What is your name? What's your name?
My name is Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
Yes,
Last name?
ma'am. Connor.
Connor.
Connor. Thank you.
Mhm.
Connor. Now, don't tell me anything, but what I do need you to do is to tell me if I'm going in the right direction. If you
Mhm.
do feel to cry, please cry. This is your healing session, okay?
Okay.
Jocelyn, Connor, Jocelyn, 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 Connor, Jocelyn, Connor, Jocelyn, Connor. You okay? You've been trying to reach me a long time,
Yeah.
so you basically was calling for me. Thank you. Jocelyn, Connor. You feel like you won something. Thank you.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you. She's like, I won. I won. Thank you. Jocelyn Connor. Why do you feel nothing good ever happens to you?
Hmm. Well, that's my mom.
My condolences. 2 years ago? 2 months ago? When did this happen?
I'm sorry.
When did this happen?
When I was 15,
How old are you now?
29.
You talk to her all the time. You feel like you were robbed.
Yeah.
She hears you. You cry a lot at night.
Yep.
She didn't leave you on purpose, okay? I know that you know that, but there's a part of you that still feels like, why? We all do. I lost my mom too. What did she
Hmm.
die from? Cancer?
Mm-mm.
What was it?
It was a heart condition.
So it was like a sudden
No, her heart was bigger than what it should have
in
been.
in the cage. When
Yeah.
I say the cage, I mean like the chest cavity.
So the heart itself was the size of a volleyball rather than the size of a fist.
Mhm.
So it was sort of like that movie John Q with
Mhm.
Denzel Washington, and she got a heart transplant and didn't make it there.
All right. So I'm gonna read what each card um, says, and then tell you
Hmm.
what they're saying to me to you. I know you want to speak to her. Try not to call on her. Let her come forward because you're like, I want to talk to my mom. I want to talk. I feel you're trying to call her, right? But
Hmm.
don't call her. Let her come through if she, because she's like, you're not ready.
Gotcha.
But I'm feeling you calling her like, mommy, come through, mommy, come through. I know you want her to come through, but she's resting, and you may not be ready because from what I'm hearing, it feels like she's not ready because you think that she gave up. At one point,
Mm-hmm.
you were like, you gave up on me. You gave up fighting. You were kind of angry about it, right? She was tired. But just like how in the living, we're not ready to have that conversation sometimes. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you're not ready to have that conversation right now with her. Okay? So
I
don't
accept that.
so don't call her. She does want you to know that she does love you and she is with you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But um she'll come, right? But just don't call her while I'm reading you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So like because I'm trying to interpret this, but then you're trying to bring her through. All right?
Okay.
Don't ever force somebody to come through.
Okay.
But she'll come. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's read. Okay, no problem. So the reason it hurts so much to separate is because our souls are connected upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them upside down. And where does the power come from? Upside right. Everything you need, your courage, strength, and compassion and love, everything you need is already within you, upside right. And you want a person who comes into your life by accident but stays on purpose, upside down. So my question to you is there somebody you broke up with that just discouraged your whole idea and perception about love?
Yes, there was, and I just kind of gave up on all of that. And then I found someone else, and I'm kind of questioning that too.
Hmm.
So
But
yeah.
the reason why you're questioning it also is because your self esteem is very very low.
Mm-hmm.
You are questioning everything about yourself, like you don't even believe that you deserve love. You believe that you were the cause of the last breakup. This
Mm-hmm.
person was very mean to you verbally,
Yeah.
right? Verbally abusive. And it stuck with you. Like everything this person said, very derogatory remarks to you, it's stuck
Mm-hmm.
in your head. Downplaying you, downplaying your appearance, downplaying your intelligence, just downplaying everything about you. And you, as we all do, if something is said to us enough, we take it on.
Mm-hmm.
So you gave up. You just figure anybody who comes to me, I'm just going to take them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not even, you don't even think you're worthy enough to attract or manifest the kind of relationship that you really want. Because here it says you want a person who comes into your life by accident but stays on purpose. But that, to what it's saying to me is no, she doesn't really even want that. It's like I'll just take whatever comes to me because you don't feel worthy enough from the
Mm-hmm.
inside, right? um, with the physical appearance and everything to even get what you really want. So here's what part of your homework would be. All right, part of your
Mm-hmm.
homework would be to, and I need you to write this down because I need to actually do it. And when you do the homework, it's not for me; it's for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were to come back and read with me, it's not something where I would say, okay, let's check if you did your homework. It's not that. When we go
No.
into the next reading, we would know if you
Mm-hmm.
read or not, right? So the homework that you would have to do would be to write yourself a letter. Dear Jocelyn,
Okay.
you are not the person that whoever this person was, his name,
Mm-hmm.
designed you out to be. That is not who you are. You're not, right? And you're
Yeah.
going to address every single thing that he has said to you, even the minor things that you think didn't stick and hold to you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna, when you're finished with it, you're gonna release it. So after you write all these things that you're not, and
Mm-hmm.
like I said, you're gonna address every single thing that he said. You're then gonna take it, set it on fire, and then you're gonna blow the ashes away. But when you blow the ashes away, you're gonna intently fill your lungs up with passion, with all the force in you, and then you're gonna blow it away. And when you're blowing it away, you're going to envision yourself getting rid of all of this, okay? Also,
Okay.
for the next 21 days, 3 times a day, you're going to get up and you're going to look in that mirror And not even that. You need more than that. So you need to get a sticky pad.
Mhm.
Okay? And you're going to stick all these positive body affirmations. Okay? No surgery is not going to change you.
Mhm.
Right? You got to change from inside. You can do all kinds of surgery, this, that, whatever, but you will still see the person that you're not happy with. So you got to
Mhm.
change the inside of how you adjust and, how you view your own body. Because here it's saying, and where does the power come from? It comes from within. So you forgot. You would try to speak up, correct? And he would dumb you down. He would just, what do you,
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
So you keep a lot of your feelings pent up, a lot of your emotions pent up. And to be honest with you, can I say something to you?
Please.
You overeat to suppress your emotions.
Yep.
So when you couldn't get to speak out, you know what? Give me that goddamn donut. You're not even hungry,
Yep.
right? And you know what? Believe me, this is not a judging session. I eat all. I'm a snacker. 4
Mhm.
o'clock every day. I'm looking for salt or sweets. So
Yep.
this is not me coming on you. I put on 50 pounds. Trust me. There's no judgment here. But your
Mhm.
question to me in your head is, tell me why I'm so big. It's stress. You're hiding your inner self. First of all, he judged you so much. There is not a body part in you that you like. Am I right? Homework. You're going to strip down butt naked. Do you have a full length mirror?
Yep.
Okay. You're going to strip butt naked. You're going to
Mhm.
stand in front of this mirror
Mhm.
once a week. Matter of fact, no, once every day. Every time you come out the shower, you're going to stand in this mirror, preferably before
Mhm.
bed because you have more time. Because what I want you to do is going to be very extensive. Okay? You're going to touch each part of your body. Mind, I thank you for keeping me sane. Right? Arms, I
Mhm.
thank you for being able to hug the ones I love. I thank you for being able to give me balance.
Mhm.
Stomach, I thank you for being able to hold food. There's little
Mhm.
things that we need to give gratitude and thanks for the things that we hate. Like I hate my stomach.
Mhm.
I'm like, if only my stomach wasn't there. But if my stomach wasn't there, I couldn't eat. So you see
Mhm.
how you turn it around,
Yeah.
right? So I need you to practice a better body image because they're also saying here, everything you need, your courage and strength is inside of you.
Mhm.
All right? So that's what we need to do. We need you to work on your image of you. Once you work on the image of you and erase what he did verbally, you will now be able to build back up that courage.
Mhm.
And you may find that the person you're with is not even who you want.
Mhm.
Because when you bring up your level, you're going to
Mhm.
realize, oh, that's not
Mhm.
even what I want, right? So we're going to go a little deeper. All right? So that's your blockage.
Okay.
And stop. So here's another thing too. When you feel peckish and you feel like you can't express yourself and you want to grab a donut or anything, I want you to grab a pen and paper first, right? And I
Mhm.
want you to write down because even at work, you have a snack drawer,
Mhm.
but when you leave work, you want everything
Yep.
because when you're at work, you don't. Ashay. When you're at work, you don't speak up.
Mhm.
You don't speak up to nobody, not to your coworkers, not to your boss, nobody. So you suppress it. And then when you come home, now you want to pick. Now you want to pick.
Yep.
Here's what I want you to do. And then you know what? I think I'm gonna do it too. When you feel like you want to pick something to suppress your to suppress your to suppress your emotions, I want you to write out what you see first,
Mhm.
right? And then you may see you just want a cookie instead of the donut. You use that to mask. All right? Jocelyn Cooper. Ooh. So your question is you want to know basically you're hoping I pick up on if this guy is good for you or not. You want to know should you give him a chance or should you leave him alone, correct? That's what you're
Yep.
thinking about. Okay. That's what you're thinking about. Because that's another thing I need to tell you. As you think, my
Mhm.
cards pick up and change. So that's why it kept breaking to this is what you wanted to know. You want me to tell you if he's good for you or not. Okay? And one thing, a disclaimer I need to put out, because some other people who read cards may come and say, that's not what that means. I don't read cards how other people read cards, right? Because they say, oh, that's not what the King of Cups means. That's not what this means. When I look at the card, I'm being told a story all the way behind it. I don't read books to see what this card looks like or what this card is supposed to say. I go off of what I hear. So you may get people that say, oh, no, that's not what that card means, you know? But that's not how I read. I read by spirit and intuition. So whatever they tell me is what I see, okay? Jocelyn Cooper. Okay, you see, that's what you're focusing on. So I guess we'll go there, okay? Whatever the cards take me to. Jocelyn Cooper. Jocelyn. You see, once I acknowledged it, now it's going. Jocelyn Cooper. Jocelyn Cooper. Jocelyn. Okay, so and there was a previous relationship that you had that I guess it's bringing me back to commemorative things past, present, future. So I go with where they want to start. Okay, so it's taking me back to this particular relationship in your life that the guy was very boastful, very controlling, and he took away all controlling from you. Correct, all control. I mean, from you. Correct, like you had no say whatsoever. And I mean, you can speak up because remember they're recording you, so you can say yes, you can say no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
That's
Right. Okay. Right. So no, I'm just saying that. So you can tell me, yes, I'm right. No, I'm not right. Whatever it is, right? So this guy was very prideful, very boastful, very controlling. He gave you no control. You had no say. And that's not how it started, right? It started out very woeful, but here's the thing. They said you knew from the beginning. You just avoided the red flags. You knew that this guy was not the one for you, but at the time you were lonely and you just wanted somebody to be around you. And here's where the self-confidence comes in, because you felt like how myself, is it time to go? Oh, you felt that how most people, again, please do not think this is I'm coming at you type of thing, because we all do it or have done it, right? You figured, you know what, I'm not gonna have another choice. Let me just go with this person. And you ignored where you should have been like foul on the play, let's move. You just pretended you didn't see it, right?
Yeah.
So we need you to remember going forward, don't do that again. Don't do that again. When you see a red flag on the plate, hello. Even if you want to give a chance, but take note of what it is, what you see. Don't make an excuse for it, because that's what you did. That's what you were doing for that last person. You made excuses. Like, oh, but, he didn't open, well, his hands were full of groceries, or something to make it look good, all right? So here it is now. This person, he accused you a lot of being with somebody else.
Yep, all the time.
Always. You couldn't even have a friend.
Exactly.
And you had a male friend that he basically made you stop talking to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long-term, maybe not childhood, but a long friendship that he made you stop talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, stop talking to the person, cut the person off. But you wanted so hard to have a life with this person. You wanted to marry them. You wanted to have children with them. And you were trying to get pregnant.
Yeah. I was.
You didn't get pregnant because it. Huh?
We discussed it. We did.
It wasn't the right time. It was not. It was not meant to be for this person. Right? It had to end. It had to end. He had to leave. Now, what were you all together for 3 years?
No, more like 3 months.
3 months, but it felt like 3 damn years.
Yeah, it did.
even though it was 3 months. Because here's the thing, there were there were 2 good months and one that
Mhm.
was just like hell. But
Mhm.
again, here's what we do: when we know something needs to come to an end, sometimes we hang on and get dragged across,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes we hold on for the love of God and make it drag us across the area, right? All right, so here it is now. There was another guy that came into your life that you thought again. See, you're looking for happiness.
Yeah.
So here comes another guy to you that just told you a bunch of lies. You
Yeah.
right?
I remember that
And
one.
oh, I want to be happy with you. I want to be, I want to be the one for you, and I want to be. All right. Here's what we need to do. There are too many relationships you're going back and forth with because this
Mhm.
one came and lied to you. Now this one came and want to rule your life, right?
Mhm.
Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever, or are you? I'm going to ask you a very personal question.
Okay.
Are you bisexual?
Yes.
Okay. So now you're wondering if you should just give up on men altogether and just go to a woman.
So the first person, the abusive person, was actually a woman.
hmm It doesn't matter the sex. That's not
Yep.
what matters to me.
Yep.
Here's what because the energy is still a male energy. But right now, you want to give up on men altogether and
Yep.
just go with them. But here's the thing: it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
Mhm.
What they need you to do is get to your. Can I? Is it okay to curse? Get your shit together.
Mhm.
Because it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. It's how you're viewing you.
Yep.
Right? And that's why they opened up with you need to build up your self esteem. It doesn't matter, right? My sisters are gay, my daughter is gay, so I don't give a damn what you are. I was gay at one point. It doesn't matter, right? That's
Yep.
not my purpose. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter if you're with a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. What matters is how you're viewing yourself. So here's the thing. You're so fed up because you see that's why I said, wait, hold on a second. You just gotta stop. Right?
Yep.
Because we went through the first one over there, then we come to this one who lied, then we come to this one who's controlling. Now you don't know if you want to come to a woman, and now you want to give up on men. Now here's the thing. It's you.
Mhm.
What's the comment now? Don't get me wrong. They're all assholes,
Mhm.
right? For lack of a better word. I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's
And for
true.
those of you who know Jasenia, look like she about to come out. But they're all assholes. But
Mhm.
let's take a look at what the common denominator, what the problem is. It's you.
Mhm.
And when I'm saying it's you, you're attracting what you think you're worthy of. Do you see it now?
Yeah.
Do you
I
see
see
why
that.
you're attracting the verbal abuse? You're attracting no one who's willing to commit. You're attracting people who are selling you the dream of what it is you want instead of you putting your foot down. So now do me and you a favor,
Mhm.
right? Homework. Ready? Write this down. The
Ready.
home because they're telling you, take a pause. Take a pause. Buy a vibrator, do something. Take a pause.
Mhm.
Take a pause. It's not come and tell you why. And they're saying it. Pause. Pause on
Mhm.
relationships. You need to reflect and do inner work. You need to
Mhm.
look at you because you
Mhm.
need to change you before you go looking for a relationship, right? So now here's what you got to do. You got to take a little time. How much time depends on what you want to do, right? But here's the
Mhm.
key factors of what you need to know. What kind of a relationship do you want?
That's a good question. I honestly don't know. That's
But
my problem.
you have to figure out you, right?
Mhm.
And raise yourself to that level to attract what you want, right? Now, I have to wrap it up, but I'm gonna tell you in a nutshell what you need to do. Your homework would be if you were reading with me, to really sit down, think about where you were,
Mhm.
where you are, and where you want to be.
Mhm.
Then I want you to go back and read through that and see how do I get to where I want to go.
Mhm.
Identify what was to, instilled in your head from what was real.
Mm-hmm.
And then think about where you want to go. And then think about what you want to attract. When you bring up your level, you attract what you need. All right?
Okay.
And, I would love to continue, but of course, this is like a demo, so I have to wrap it up. But if you want to continue, please DM me
Okay.
or text me. You have my number. All
right.
And you're going to be fine. And I thank you so much for allowing me to read you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well,
Okay.
thank
You're welcome. Bye. Thank you.
Wow. And it's so crazy because when she hits a number, she knows it's either 3 months, 3 days, 3 years. Confirm the 3, the 5, and the person's like, because it was 5 something for me, and I was like, oh yeah. And it's so wild how it kind of lands spot on. She said. Sorry, I'm like so relaxed right now. It wasn't my reading, but I feel really relaxed. Because when you said you were like, he was really aggressive. He was downplaying. She was like, yeah. And you can tell she was connecting back to whatever she was playing in her mind about whatever she experienced. But I think that's really awesome. When I hear it, I feel like I kind of had a reading or was reminded of my reading. What happened?
Oh.
But I want to know what's next for Brooklyn Phoenix.
You know what? Last night I was laying there and I heard you're going to be on TV. My daughter has said to me a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago, she said to me, you're going to be on TV. And I'm like, oh. My son came in a couple of weeks ago and said, Ma, I'm soon not going to be able to get in contact with you. I was like, what? But, it's funny. I've read, it's funny. Emily B., I don't know her personally, but about 10 years ago, about 10 years ago maybe, I think, I'm not sure. But I said she's going to have a girl for Fabulous. And I told one of her friends. And I said to the friend the other day, I said, do you remember I told you a couple years ago that, because they weren't together at the time.
Okay,
it was
like a break.
I don't keep up with that type of stuff. But I remember at that time, they weren't together. And I said, okay, but she's going to have a baby for him. She's going to have a girl. And they were like, yeah, right. I said, okay, watch what I'm telling you. That's another thing I'm really good at, calling forth
the babies.
Yeah. But what's next for Brooklyn Phoenix? I'm going to do a podcast. You've inspired me. And I said last night, yeah.
We talked about this morning.
Listen, we're going to plan it. I'm going to actually do it.
Because at first I was like, yeah, you need a whole production. She was like, wait, I was thinking more like
a podcast.
The channel. I was like,
I was thinking
Bravo. But we'll get there.
No, but we're going to get there. Look, I said to my daughter one day, I said, I really want to record myself. I should record when I walk up on people and read them.
Yeah. Especially in Brooklyn. Teresa ain't never going to come over here.
Listen. And you know what's so funny? I walked in to buy my couch. And as soon as I walked in, I started reading not as soon as I walked in, but I read the,
She read the first guy.
Yeah. And then I read The Manager.
And where was this?
Bob's.
Oh.
And then what happened was, I said to her, where are your earrings? I said, somebody is saying something about your earrings. Did you have a favorite pair of earrings for your grandmother? And she goes, oh my God. I usually wear my grandmother's earrings to work today and I forgot. And she said, oh my God. So I said I went, and she was actually going to go live, but because of her position, she was like, I can't, I said, don't worry about it, But I said I was going to start doing something. I said, if you guys think I should do that, I said, I will. But I actually, of lately, have been seeing myself do like what Teresa did. Record it.
Yeah.
I think I'd be the first Black woman to do that.
I think it's necessary. I can't. No, but I think it's definitely a blessing to have you on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
They don't know. It's 11/11/2020 that we're recording.
Oh yeah.
And
What did I tell you today?
Yes. And it's so crazy. And let me tell you, when, and I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. It was just so divine how you weren't booked. You were booked so far out.
In March.
You know, in March 2020. And today, and the funny thing about it is, I don't even know how I ended up reading you. How did
It just
I ended
happened. I think you just had you were like, oh, I have lunch. You took me on a lunch.
Someone canceled on me last minute.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow I opened my phone and boom, your name was there. And Spirit was just like, so nobody can beat me up thinking that I moved up quick. But not even that. Spirit was like, pick her. And I was like, okay. And I said, are you free? And yeah. Let's go.
That's another thing. People need to stay ready.
Been magic.
Yeah.
From then, it's been. I feel like we're family. I feel like I've known you from so. Oh,
that's probably
she brought for
past
you.
Life.
Really
but I want to. I don't know if I want that.
I'm just gonna pull 3 on you. 3
past
life cards.
Why is it always 3? Okay.
I don't know, but I'm gonna go with it.
It's my number.
Oh,
it's my thing.
So give me the thing. So first, let me tell you what I'm doing. So I also do past life readings.
Okay.
Right. I haven't really booked a lot of that. I don't have the time. I'm booked into May.
I know this.
And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful at free fall. Free fall meaning that we all have a certain number of lifetimes, but they give you what you're ready for.
Okay.
Right? And it makes you it may answer a couple of questions, right?
Yeah.
That you may have had and you don't know.
Okay.
And so we're gonna pull 3 and I'm gonna ask them to give me the 3 main ones Carolyn needs to know. 3 main cards, and they may resonate with you. Okay? Give me 3 main ones. You getting those? Oh, there was something you wanted to ask me too, right? But wait, let me do this first. 3 main cards that Carolyn needs to know that makes her who she is. So, in one of your lifetimes, you were an angel.
I like that.
You
I
were
have
an
tatted
angel.
wings on my back anyway.
And this. Now you see why you did it. It connects us to why we do the things we do.
Mm-hmm.
You're very big on forgiveness.
Yeah.
And one of your lifespans, you did not get forgiven. You were not forgiven for a trespass.
I did something
and you were not forgiven.
I don't like when I don't get forgiven. I feel like, and I have to really try my best to. Come on, you were you on the other end of that. Because I didn't do my scheduled appointment on time, and the day got away from me. Right, I was at the salon and it was taking so long.
Oh.
And I remember, because you forget the thing when it happens, because you tired. You gotta dump out the trash part, right, in your mind. I wasn't on time because I tried to, but I think that's another reason why they were like, no, let her do it, because I tried to book my day so I would be available for my 12 p.m. The day got away from me. There was some really bad energy around me. And then you text me. I'm like, oh, shit, it's 30 minutes away from the 12 o'clock.
And usually I'm so pissed
and
at that.
And I felt horrible because I understood, because my grandmother, I understand these things. You have to respect this type of work. I felt terrible. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I can't let this lady be mad at me. Like, I don't want to waste her time. And then I was like, I felt okay because you're like, well, I'm going to sleep. I'm like, oh, yeah, sleep. You take my appointment and sleep. Like, because I know you don't, thoroughly. But I don't like hurting anybody.
Thank you. And I felt it was so sincere. And you're not running from me.
Yo.
You got to give me. I want to answer a question for you, so you're not running. What did he say?
He said perfect.
Okay,
He said perfect. But I know that definitely resonates with me. The angel, that definitely resonates with the forgiveness, because
it's
don't
big
like that.
for you.
Yeah.
And Greco-Roman, is there anything that you love about architecture? Oh, you do.
Yeah.
That's why you had a time in the Greco-Roman era. You love water and mammals. You spent a time in Atlantis. Celtic.
I like
Hold
dolphins
on.
a lot.
This-
What is?
That's why you like dolphins.
Yeah.
You're
Oh
in
snap! There's
Atlantis.
dolphins on the card.
You lived in Atlantis. This is why you painted the Celtic cross.
Oh yeah.
The cross is in your house.
Yeah.
This is why. You spent a time in the Celtic era.
So I was a white woman. I'm just joking. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe I was. I don't know.
This is why you love to be mothered and hugged, and you love your parents so much.
Oh my God. I'm very light.
You had a baby. You had a wonderful baby time
I
in
did.
every lifetime.
They did say I was an easy peasy baby. Like I didn't even drool, y'all. That's what they said. I ain't even drool.
Do you have a fear of not having enough food and just not having enough?
I hoard the food, even if it goes bad.
There was a time in your life when you starved. You went through a food depression or a depression, an era of depression where like food was very, very hard to come by. This is why.
Maybe that was 1920s.
Could be. But this is why you have a hoardship, a fear of hunger. One of your souls went through that. You had a very, very good marriage, and that's why you look on now. And that's why you're a good partner.
Oh.
Let's go, Mateo. We're gonna drag the cat. Let's drag the cameraman in real quick. What you
Yes.
think, Carolyn? Because I know
You wanna
he's
sit
trying to
down?
run.
I want to see this. You want to sit in my seat?
Oh, yeah, sure, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead now.
All right. What questions do you have, Mateo? So this is the camera guy I've got y'all.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
What's up? How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Were you trying to
Good.
run from me?
Was I trying to look for you?
To run to get
Oh,
away
run?
from me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's my equipment. I have no choice. Stay here anyways.
Okay. So how do
Yeah.
you want to do this? You want to do this by questions, or you want me to tell you?
This is my first time doing this. Yeah, my mom did this when my grandma passed away about like 15 years ago.
Okay.
And it was spot on. She loved it. So, but I wasn't sure exactly how she did it. And
Okay.
plus, I have a godmother. She does this. She's a medium. She does cards. I don't know if she's like a medium per se. 'Cause that's like that's actually a job title. I think that's her career.
Oh,
But
that's
she
cool.
does.
Who is your aunt, Teresa?
Nah, I would imagine. Yo, can you imagine? Yeah.
All right. So I just need you to breathe. You have a water fan?
I drank it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. Just
Yeah.
relax. Just
Gotcha.
relax. And what is your name? Mateo what?
Mantilla.
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 Mateo Mantilla?
Yeah.
Okay. So don't tell me anything, but tell me if I'm going in the right directions or not, okay?
Got you.
Mateo Mantilla. So this is going to tell me past, present, and future what you're thinking and how you're feeling, okay?
Okay.
Mateo Mantilla. Mateo Mantilla. You're so scared. Like, what
Nah,
you
I'm
gonna
like
find out?
nervous. I'm like mad nervous for some reason.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what the cards are telling me, and what they're saying, and then what they're telling me. Okay. All right. So you are moving into a steady and reliable path. Upside right. Adventure awaits. Go find it. Upside right. You are on your way to meeting your true love. Upside down.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Love yourself as much as you want your soulmate to love you. Upside down. Never give up on something you really want. So, first thing first is you are a planner. You have
I would say yeah.
you have how you want your life to be. Right? You,
To a certain extent, yeah.
right.
think
It's
so.
like you have a so here's your problem. You know where you want to go, you just don't know how you're gonna get there.
Exactly.
Right? It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
okay, in 2022, I'm going to own a building, but there's no pathway to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know where you want it. You don't know what real estate. You don't know nothing. You just know you're going to get there. And funny enough, it works for you. It works for you, right?
It's like improvising kind of just, it works.
It's just what, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you just free
Okay.
fall it, right? So here's the thing. You're afraid though. Why don't you want to leave? Why don't you want to fly?
Leave what?
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's like you're afraid you hold yourself back. It's like you're afraid of outgrowing people and leaving people. Who is, do you want to leave New York?
I do.
Who is holding you in New York? Is it your mother?
I would say,
and when I mean
yeah.
holding, you don't want to go. You don't
Right.
want to leave them behind.
I think, I mean, all right, so this year, through the pandemic's been a little crazy because, going through school right now, I just started this business by myself. I
And
just started an
it's gonna take
internship.
off. Go ahead.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so things have been changing a lot. So I feel like I've had to get more organized. So now it's like, okay, I have like a planner now, just pretty much like maturing.
Because I'm about to get on your books too.
Nice.
But go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Just turned 24, so for me it's kind of like, after graduation, where do I want to see myself and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be as organized as possible. And I do want to travel. I do want to at least maybe go to like maybe California or international somewhere. But if it works, like financially, money-wise, and like experience-wise and spiritually, because like not everything is about money.
No, I know that for
Yeah, I'm
sure.
trying to learn that and everything. But
here's what they're saying. One of the things you have to remember to do, right? Leave time for you. You're doing like what I do. I book I get up. Like I just opened up 9 o'clock in the morning, which I don't know what, but it was an emergency, right? But I'm so booked that I forgot to leave time just for me. So they're saying here, don't be afraid to leave. And you've got to figure out a way to leave time for you. And do not give up on what you want. Don't talk yourself out of something. Oh, I can't do that because it's too big of a dream, right? So here we go. You're on your way to meeting your true love. Why do you feel like you can't meet that person? Or you're not sure of who you're with?
all right, so here's what's funny about that, right? So last week I told Carolyn that I was going to Boston, right? So this is this girl I'm talking to that I used to go to school with when I went to school in Boston 2 years ago.
Okay.
And like we kind of rekindled, we're talking, texting, and everything, and like I just booked a trip out there to go see her for a little bit. It was cool. We're like kind of taking it slowly because she's very busy. She has like her own business too, and she's working and she's in school, like kind of like me. But so I didn't want to I don't want to bring up like a title or something like that because I don't want it to ruin everything. Kind of just take things step by step.
So you want to ask, should you? What's the question? Ask me a question.
Question for you?
I
don't. I don't know if I have a question. I mean, I question myself. I'm like, all right, do I want to be in a relationship? Do I want to be single? Do I just want to do me?
You want me to really tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it like this. Give me a message from Mateo. What's your last name?
Mantilla.
Mateo. Give me messages from Mateo. Give me messages from Mateo. What does he need to know? Give me messages from Mateo. Give me messages from Mateo. Give me messages from Mateo. Okay. So one of your worries about leaving New York is two people. You have a grandmother or an aunt? Somebody, two women?
I have two grandmothers, but they're in Colombia, where my family's from.
Okay. But there are two women that you don't want to leave behind. Do you have two sisters?
I have a mother and my sister.
Okay. So
Yeah.
those are the people that you worry about. You don't want to leave your mother and your sister. You don't want to leave them behind. And you're actually a very hard worker. A very hard worker. You're good. You're good. You nail. And you're creative. So while you're doing this, you're like, let's do this in your head. And you probably call Carolyn, I just got a good thing here. Let's do this, let's do that.
Yo, you should see our text messages sometimes, yeah.
I know. And you know what? You got your heart broken before.
Love, in a love life or just in general?
Girlfriend, teenage years, it wasn't nothing serious.
I would say probably. Just going through, going through
So, can I ask you a question?
it. Yeah, go ahead.
What's going on with your mom?
With my mom?
You worry about her?
I mean, she had cancer a couple years ago, but she's in remission now. She's chilling. So my sophomore year, I'm in my fifth year of college. So my second year of college, that's when she was first diagnosed. And that's when I was really worried because I was away for school. I wasn't able to go with her because I would go with her to appointments in the city all the time and just kind of do that if my dad was working. But when I was in school, it was tough because I kind of felt bad for being in school, like not for like being able to.
Don't tell me nothing more.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. You did not let your mother down.
Yeah.
Okay. You're carrying this burden as if you let her down. You should have been there for her more. And you feel like you abandoned her, but you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you didn't know. You didn't. So you need to let that go from inside of you, because she doesn't feel that way. It's you. You're carrying that baggage. You're carrying that burden. And here's what's going to happen. If you don't forgive yourself for what you think you did, it's going to hold you back. Because this is why you're afraid to go now. You don't want to leave her because you feel like I left her once before and she was sick, and if I leave her again, she may get sick. That's not what's going to happen. Mom is in remission. I work with cancer patients every day for over 20 years. You got to have that frame mentality and faith that she'll never get sick again. She would be so heartbroken if she was to know that you're afraid to pursue because you feel like if you leave her again, you won't come back to her. You can't look at it like that. Honey, you got to turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at it like, if I leave her again, it's to bring her with me, right? Or she got my back. You're not leaving her. But you gotta let it go. Mm-hmm. Because that fear is what's gonna hold you back from soaring. And forgive yourself, because there's nothing to forgive yourself for. Look at this. Oh, Jesus. This is your weakness. You cried so much. You saw her,
definitely.
You saw her get sick. You saw her go down, and you felt like you wished it was you. You wish you could take
take that pain and just kind of feel it.
That's what I mean.
Like take a load off of her.
You feel like you weren't able to protect her, and you feel like you weren't there to help her enough. But you prayed a lot. You prayed a lot for her. What's 2017?
That's the year she got cancer. Yeah.
And it just happened like this. Boom, 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 sick, diagnosed.
Yeah, no, it happened I think my dad told me that July or something like that. I went back to school end of August, early September. So yeah, everything just happened. It happened very quickly out of nowhere.
Boom. What? Cancer, huh?
Yeah. You know, it was very sudden. It was out of nowhere.
Just out the blue. She went for a regular checkup and just bam.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor? Can you press record on the camera? The red button on the side.
Jesus.
Right there. Perfect. Thank you.
She's good. Mommy's good. Okay? It's for you now to forgive yourself. And stop expecting the other shoe to drop. Because when you're looking for the other shoe to drop, like every time she goes to the doctor, you're nervous. You're thinking that her PSA climbed.
Yeah.
You know? You're thinking that it's not holding no more, it's climbing. Yeah. Right? But no. Look, baby. She's all good. Right?
Yeah.
No fight no more. She's got to keep going to the doctors.
Yeah, because she'll go in for blood work, and I know it's for blood work. I know it's just like routine, but I don't know. Back in my mind, I'm always just like
you're
something. There's always like something.
No,
the thing is, like, I don't tell her either because I don't want to get her nervous and stuff. But it's just for me, I'm like, damn, like.
No, I know.
I don't go through
because you're wondering if her PSAs are gonna go up. You're wondering if it has returned, if the scan is. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody a more nervous Nelly than me. No, for real.
Yeah.
Doctor what? But one thing I've learned is I've worked in the cancer industry for over 20 years, right? One of my biggest fears was I feared it so much. Like, please, cancer, don't hit nobody I love. You know who it hit? My mother. And it taught me a lesson of what you fear is what you get. What you focus on is what you get. You can't focus on the fear and go this way. Whatever you focus on is where you're gonna go, right? So here I was fearing it so much, boom, it hit me. So if you're gonna keep expecting every time she goes to the doctor that it's gonna rise, you're gonna draw that in. So reverse it. Every time she goes to the doctor, she coming home with a clean bill of health. Ain't nothing gonna go wrong, all right?
Absolutely.
But you definitely have to, you have to address that. So your homework would be to write yourself a letter. And you're gonna write yourself a letter. And why I say write yourself a letter, you may think everybody gets that, but I need you to write little Mateo. Baby Mateo.
That makes a lot of sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Baby Mateo. And understand that, and you're gonna write, listen, hey dude, or how your heart tells you to address yourself. Like, mommy didn't expect this. Mommy didn't expect you to protect her. She wanted to protect you. She didn't even want you to know. The last thing was you were supposed to know. You were supposed to get on that plane, go to school, and never know. But your father felt he had to tell you. So it's like a double-edged sword. Mommy didn't want you to have a clue or know nothing. She was kind of mad at you, Dad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why would you tell him he's going to school? But Dad felt like he didn't want to betray you. And then have you mad at him, God forbid.
Something did happen, like more serious.
Right. Then, Dad, why didn't you tell me? Are you kidding me? And that would have ruined you and him forever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the letter you're going to write to yourself is you're going to address baby Mateo. You weren't supposed to protect your mom. You protected your mom in a way you didn't even know. Those prayers you sent for her were heard out of the mouth of a babe. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the prayers you prayed for her, believe it or not, did more than you think it did. And a prayer doesn't have to be formal. Because I don't pray formal. I'm like, God help me. That's
Right.
all he
Yeah, you know what? That's kind of like my thing too. I'm kind of like finding myself spiritually, so I don't know if like the hands together thing is praying, or if like just manifesting stuff, or
To
just maybe like
me-
expressing
to
yourself
me,
mentally.
All religions are faith-based. It doesn't matter what it is. Buddhism, Catholicism, it doesn't matter. All by the same thing, faith, right? So I respect and worship and love everybody. And when I want to pray, I'm like, Lord, help me. God, help me. It doesn't matter. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you need to do. You need to write yourself that letter. And you're going to be okay.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.